After Pang Juan returned to Wei, he immediately sent someone with gold, jade, and a personal letter to invite Sun Bin to come down from the Ghost Valley. In the letter he wrote,
Sun Bin, my brother, thank you for your brilliant strategy during the Battle of Fangcheng. When we parted, I promised to recommend you to King Wei. Now that the matter has been settled, please come down from the mountains to join the great undertaking. The gold and jade I have sent is a gift from King Wei. I hope you will accept it.
Sun Bin informed Ghost Valley Master of Pang Juan's request. Ghost Valley Master told him to make the decision himself. Eager to achieve success, Sun Bin said to Ghost Valley Master,
When I parted with Pang Juan, I made a promise. Recently, Pang Juan has urged me to come to Wei and be recommended to King Wei. I cannot break my promise.
Ghost Valley Master was silent for a moment and then said,
Go up the mountain and pick a branch of wildflowers. I will cast a divination for you.
Sun Bin agreed and stood up to leave. As he glanced around the room, he noticed a vase on the table with a few yellow chrysanthemums. He walked over, took a flower from the vase, and brought it to Ghost Valley Master.
Please use this flower for the divination, Master.
After looking at the flower in Sun Bin's hand for a moment, Ghost Valley Master said,
All right, we'll use this one.
Sun Bin placed the flower back in the vase, then sat beside Ghost Valley Master. Ghost Valley Master pointed to the flowers in the vase and said,
This flower has been damaged, yet its nature is resilient. It withstands the frost and does not die. Therefore, even though you may face harm in the future, it will not lead to great disaster. This flower is placed in the open, which indicates that you will be respected by the world. It has been placed back into the vase twice, which suggests you may not immediately achieve success. The final return to the vase means that you will ultimately find your path and make a name for yourself in a foreign land. The vase is made of bronze and gold, similar to the Zhongding, a prestigious ancient vessel, which means you will gain fame across the world, surpassing the Zhongding in importance. Sun Bin, I will alter your name slightly to wish you success.
He then picked up a brush and wrote a character, Bin. This character not only symbolizes a new beginning for Sun Bin, with deep traditional Chinese meaning, but also serves as a forewarning of his future fate and a reminder from his master. It is at the same time an encouragement reflecting the profound bond between teacher and disciple. Before this, Sun Bin's name was indeed Sun Bin. After bidding farewell to Ghost Valley Master, Sun Bin went to Wei to join Pang Juan. Pang Juan took him to meet King Wei. King Wei was overjoyed to meet Sun Bin and said,
I have been waiting for you as one waits for rain after a long drought. Today, you have finally arrived. This is a great joy for me.
Sun Bin humbly replied,
I am just a humble man from the mountains, with no talents or virtues. I am truly ashamed to receive such great kindness from your majesty.
King Wei smiled.
There is no need for such modesty. General Peng has told me that you are the direct disciple of Sun Wu and have learned the secret strategies of Sun Tzu's art of war, with the ability to win every battle.
Your Majesty, though I have read the art of war from Ghost Valley Master, I have not studied it in depth, so I dare not claim to have the ability to win every battle.
You are too modest. If I have you as my assistant, no one in the world can stand against me.
King Wei turned to Pang Juan, who was sitting beside him, and said,
General Peng, I would like to appoint Sun Bin as Deputy General and have the two of you share the military command. What do you think?
Pang Juan paused for a moment and then said,
I have been with Sun Bin for many years, and we are as close as brothers. Sun Bin is my senior. How can I let my senior become the Deputy General? Your Majesty, it would be more appropriate for Sun Bin to be the General, and I will be the Deputy General.
Sun Bin firmly disagreed, saying,
Your Majesty, General Pang recommended me to you, but if I replace him as general, the people will mock me as a brother who betrayed his kin. Moreover, I have just arrived in Wei, and have yet to achieve anything. It would be difficult for me to command the army as general.
Sun Bin and Pang Juan each insisted on their own views and pushed the decision back and forth. King Wei, deeply impressed by the respect and humility between the two, decided to appoint Sun Bin as a guest official and provide him with a residence, saying,
Once you have achieved success, I will promote you to general.
Sun Bin could not refute this and bowed in thanks. King Wei's gift to Sun Bin was a grand and luxurious residence. Pang Juan suggested that Sun Bin bring his family from Qi to share in the wealth. Sun Bin sighed deeply.
Ah, my dear brother, we have been classmates for 3 years. You've asked me several times about my family, but I never told you. When we last parted, you asked why I didn't return to Qi, but I didn't tell you. I truly didn't want anyone to pity me.
Pang Juan, concerned, asked,
Brother Sun, what difficulties are there at your home?
I lost my mother at the age of 4, and my father at 9. My uncle Sun Chao raised me. My uncle was a minister to Lord Qi Kang, but Lord Qi Kang was overthrown by Lord Tian. His ministers were either killed or driven out. My uncle was also exiled. He took me, my cousins Sun Ping and Sun Zhuo, and we fled to the state of Zhou. Later, due to famine, my uncle had no choice but to send me to a family outside the city to work. He took my 2 cousins and fled to another land.
Sun Bin fought back his tears.
For all these years, I've had no word from my family, and I don't even know if they are alive or dead.
As Sun Bin spoke, tears uncontrollably welled up in his eyes. Pang Juan was deeply moved and tried to comfort him, urging Sun Bin to start a family. But Sun Bin replied that he had sworn never to marry until he had achieved something great. Pang Juan arranged for the young and beautiful maiden Zhong Liqiu to care for Sun Bin, saying it was an order from the king. Sun Bin couldn't refuse. The next day, Gong Sun Yue, who had just returned from Zhao, heard that Pang Juan had arranged for Zhong Liqiu to take care of Sun Bin. He immediately came to Pang Juan, saying he wanted Zhong Liqiu for himself, and asked Pang Juan to find another girl to care for Sun Bin. Pang Juan had his own plans for having Zhong Liqiu care for Sun Bin. He said to Gong Sun Yue,
Ah, you should have told me earlier. I, Pang Juan, am a man of my word. Once something is said, it cannot be taken back.
In just a few short days, Zhong Liqiu had grown fond of Sun Bin. Sun Bin was knowledgeable, kind to others, and behaved with dignity. She secretly decided that she would only marry Sun Bin. Zhong Liqiu took great care of Sun Bin, leaving home early each morning and returning only in the evening. Gong Sun Yue came to visit Sun Bin and saw Zhong Liqiu being sent home by Sun Bin's attendants. After exchanging pleasantries, Gong Sun Yue changed the topic and asked,
Sun Bin, do you really like Zhong Liqiu?
Sun Bin smiled and replied,
What do you mean by like? She's a maid sent by Pang Juan.
You must not take advantage of her.
Gong Sun Jak said.
Ah, Mr. Gong Sun, I'm not that kind of man.
Sun Bin was somewhat embarrassed.
Mr. Sun, I'm saying this for your own good. This girl is no ordinary woman. She has an older sister whose swordsmanship is unmatched in the world, and her temper is extraordinarily bad. If anyone dares to disrespect her sister, she will take their life. It wouldn't be worth jeopardizing your future for a woman.
Sun Bin smiled and said,
Haha, thank you for your kind advice, Mr. Gong Sun.
He pointed to the scroll on his back and continued.
Right now, all I think about is how to make Wei stronger and dominate the world. I don't have the energy to think about women.
Hearing this, Gong Sun Yue finally felt relieved. One day, a man named Ding Yi from Qi came to see Sun Bin. He said he was from the capital city of Linzi in Qi and had come to do business. Sun Bin's cousins, Sun Ping and Sun Zhuo, were good friends of Ding Yi, and they had heard that Sun Bin was studying at the Ghost Valley. They asked Ding Yi to deliver a letter to Sun Bin. Ding Yi had gone to Ghost Valley, where the master had told him that Sun Bin was already in Wei, so he took a detour to deliver the letter. After handing the letter to Sun Bin opened it, and it read,
Sun Bin, my brother, it has been many years since we last met. Your uncle has passed away due to illness. My brother and I are struggling in a foreign land, suffering from hardships. Fortunately, the King of Qi has shown kindness, and we have been invited back to our homeland. I've heard that you've studied under the master of Ghost Valley. A great teacher produces a great disciple, and you will surely become a powerful figure in the future. I'm sending this letter to you through Ding Yi, hoping that you will return home soon so that we can reunite.
After reading the letter, Sun Bin was moved to tears. Ding Yi, standing beside him, said,
When Sun Ping and Sun Zhuo left, they repeatedly asked me to urge you to return home and reunite with your brothers.
Sun Bin sighed deeply.
Now I'm the guest official of King Wei, and I have received much favor from him. I have not yet achieved anything for the kingdom, so it is difficult for me to leave immediately.
Ding Yi said,
Brothers are deeply connected. Your two brothers will be waiting anxiously. Even if you only go back for a few days to meet them, I can explain to your brothers.
Sun Bin thought for a moment and said to Ding Yi,
You stay at my house for now. I will consult General Pang and then give you an answer.
Sun Bin told Pang Huan about his wish to return to Qi. Pang Huan feigned surprise and then said,
It is only natural for someone to long for home after a long absence. But the king has just appointed you as a guest official. What do you think the king will think if you leave to return home?
I only wish to go back for a few days to reunite with my brothers after many years. I will return quickly.
I understand your feelings, but the king may not see it that way. He might think you are betraying Wei and leaving without returning.
The king has treated me so well. I, Sun Bin, would never be ungrateful. How could I betray Wei?
My dear brother, the king trusts you. Would you be willing to explain it to him?
Pang Huan thought for a moment and said,
I can explain it to the king, but we must not rush. It's best to wait until the king is in a good mood.
Sun Bin agreed. Ding Yi waited for several days and became somewhat anxious. Sun Bin told him to go ahead and said that once the king gave his approval, he would return home to reunite with his brothers. Ding Yi said,
If I leave like this, I won't be able to explain to your brothers.
Sun Bin wrote a letter explaining the situation and asked Ding Yi to deliver it to his brothers. After leaving Sun Bin's house, Ding Yi gave the letter to Pang Huan. It turned out that Ding Yi's actions were instructed by Pang Huan, who had forged Sun Bin's handwriting in the letter, adding the following 2 lines.
Although I have been appointed as a guest official by King Wei, my heart still yearns for my homeland. Soon, I will find a way to return. If King Qi does not abandon me, I will do my utmost to serve.
Pang Huan handed the letter to King Wei and said,
Your Majesty, my soldiers captured a man from Qi who was carrying a letter from Sun Bin to his brothers in Qi. The letter contains a suggestion to defect from Wei and return to Qi. Although Sun Bin and I are close friends, I dare not conceal anything from your Majesty, so I bring this letter to your attention.
King Wei read the letter solemnly and asked Pang Huan,
I have already promised Sun Bin that after he has achieved success, I will appoint him as general. Why does he still intend to betray me? How can one forget their homeland and kin?
Pang Huan replied,
Even if your Majesty appoints him as general, he will not serve you wholeheartedly. If we recall, Sun Bin's great-grandfather, Sun Wu, was greatly valued by the King of Wu, and his fame spread far and wide. But in the end, he still betrayed the King of Wu and returned to Qi.
King Wei asked,
Then why did you recommend Sun Bin to me?
Sun Bin is well versed in the art of war. If your Majesty does not use him, Qi will. Once Sun Bin is employed by Qi, it will pose a threat to your Majesty's ambitions. I suggest that your Majesty should have him executed, or he will become a formidable enemy of Wei in the future.
King Wei thought for a moment and said,
Sun Bin came to me at my invitation. His betrayal of Wei is not yet clear, and if we execute him hastily, who will trust us in the future?
Pang Huan replied,
Many years ago, Minister Gong Shu recommended Wei Yang to your Majesty, but your Majesty showed mercy and did not execute him. Wei Yang went on to assist the King of Qin, and now Qin poses a constant threat to us. Does your Majesty want Sun Bin to become the second Wei Yang?
At this point, it's important to note that Wei Yang, also known as Lord Shang, was a renowned statesman and reformer in the state of Qin. He implemented a series of radical reforms that transformed Qin into one of the most powerful states in ancient China. His legalist policies, which included strict laws, land reforms, and a merit-based bureaucracy, significantly strengthened Qin's economy and military, laying the foundation for its eventual unification of China under the Qin dynasty. King Wei still hesitated and said,
Sun Bin is a rare talent, and it would be a pity to kill him. You two are close friends, so you should speak to him, explain the situation, and persuade him to stay and help me build this empire. I will not treat him unfairly.
After meeting with Sun Bin, Pang Huan explained repeatedly, but the king still did not agree. Sun Bin was extremely anxious, pacing back and forth, thinking,
What should I do? My two cousins must be waiting eagerly for us to reunite, but I cannot go back.
After thinking it over, Sun Bin decided to go directly to King Wei and explain his wish to return to Qi. King Wei asked calmly,
So you really want to return to Qi?
Sun Bin replied openly.
Yes.
King Wei asked again.
What if I don't agree?
My two cousins are my only family. I have not seen them in many years. I only wish to meet them once. Your Majesty should not refuse.
King Wei's expression suddenly changed and he said sternly,
Sun Bin, I have treated you well, so why do you want to betray me?
Sun Bin was taken aback and asked in confusion,
Your Majesty, I don't understand your words.
King Wei angrily responded,
If you want to return to Qi, it means you are betraying me.
Sun Bin realized that King Wei had misunderstood him, and as he was about to explain, King Wei, without hesitation, ordered his execution. Sun Bin was dragged out of the palace by the guards and bound to a pillar. The executioner was about to carry out the sentence. Pang Huan rushed over, stopped the executioner, and asked,
What crime has Sun Bin committed?
The executioner replied.
He is guilty of betraying the king.
Pang Huan comforted Sun Bin, saying,
This must be a misunderstanding. Don't worry, I will go immediately to explain to the king on your behalf.
Pang Huan bowed before King Wei and said,
Your Majesty, though Sun Bin may have thoughts of defection, his crime does not warrant death. It was your Majesty's idea to execute him, and though I said so, I cannot bear to see him die. After all, Sun Bin and I have been classmates for 3 years. If we do not kill him now, he will be a future threat. Your Majesty, we can avoid future trouble by sparing him, and also avoid public criticism. How would you like to handle this?
King Wei considered Pang Huan's words and decided to spare Sun Bin's life. He ordered that Sun Bin be executed in a way that would disable him, but not kill him. His knees would be removed, making him a cripple for life, ensuring that he could never return to Qi. This would not only avoid future trouble, but also prevent criticism from the people. Following King Wei's orders, the executioner removed Sun Bin's knees, and he fell unconscious from the pain. Pang Huan instructed his servant to carry Sun Bin to his own house and take care of him personally. When Sun Bin awoke and saw Pang Huan sitting beside him, he couldn't hold back his tears and cried loudly. Pang Huan sighed deeply, feeling guilty, and said,
Ah, brother Sun, it's all my fault. I shouldn't have let you ask the king for leave. I am truly sorry, brother.
As he spoke, Pang Huan was on the verge of tears himself. Sun Bin stopped crying, enduring the immense pain, and sat up. He said to Pang Huan,
I have no one to blame but myself. I shouldn't have been so eager to return home.
Pang Huan wiped away his tears.
This should be blamed on me. If I had stopped you from asking the king for leave to return home, you wouldn't have. But I didn't. I am truly sorry, brother Sun.
Don't blame yourself, my dear brother. This isn't your fault, it's mine. I didn't expect King Wei to be so narrow-minded. But thanks to you, if it weren't for you, I would have already passed away by now.
Pang Huan said sorrowfully,
I've saved your life, but I couldn't save your legs. A soldier who cannot stand with both legs, how can he go to war and build his achievements?
There was a moment of silence in the room. Sun Bin was deeply saddened and suddenly couldn't hold back anymore. He began to pound his legs with all his strength, crying out in agony.
King Wei, give me back my legs! Give me back my legs!
Pang Huan tightly grasped Sun Bin's hands, urging him,
Brother Sun, don't do this, don't do this. You'll hurt yourself even more.
Sun Bin's tears flowed again as he murmured,
A soldier who cannot go to war and make achievements, what use is there in living? It would be better to die.
With that, he wrenched Pang Huan's hands off and continued to strike his legs with force. Pang Huan quickly grabbed Sun Bin's hands again and comforted him.
Brother Sun, I will find a way to heal your legs. I will make sure you can stand again.
Sun Bin struggled to catch his breath.
My legs cannot be healed. I will never be able to stand again, not even in death.
Pang Huan firmly replied.
It can be healed. I swear to you on my life, your legs will be healed. I will find the best doctor for you and you will stand again.
Sun Bin was deeply touched, and after a moment he said,
Brother, I know you're comforting me, but it won't help. Anyone who has suffered from a punishment like this can never stand again.
Pang Huan replied with certainty.
I will make you stand again. I have a friend who was also punished by the king, and I found a doctor for him who made him stand again.
Sun Bin asked, half in disbelief.
Is this really true?
Absolutely true. If I lie even a little, may I die by 1,000 arrows.
Sun Bin complained.
Brother, why do you make such a heavy vow?
Pang Huan holding Sun Bin's hands earnestly.
I must swear it so you will believe me. I will make your legs better.
Sun Bin was moved by his words. Pang Huan instructed Zhong Liqiu to take care of Sun Bin without any negligence. Gong Sun Yue was very displeased with this and complained about Pang Huan.
General, why did you send Zhong Liqiu to take care of Sun Bin again?
Pang Huan answered.
I want Sun Bin to reveal the secrets of the art of war. Give me a month and I will find a woman who is even more charming for the general.
Ku Sun Ge retorted.
A month is too long. The longer the night, the more dreams.
Pang Huan smiled.
Then 15 days. If 15 days won't do, then 10 days.
Pang Huan saw through Gong Sun Yue's intentions.
Gong Sun Yue, I know you're worried that Zhong Liqiu will fall for Sun Bin, but it's too late. She has already fallen for him. That's why I specifically asked her to care for him.
Gong Sun Yue now was a bit anxious.
General, you promised me that Zhong Liqiu would marry me, but now...
Pang Huan smiled slightly.
As long as Sun Bin reveals the art of war, I won't let him live on this earth anymore. By that time, Zhong Liqiu will still be yours, Gong Sun Yue.
Zhong Liqiu took excellent care of Sun Bin, preparing medicine, wiping his legs, bringing food, and doing everything to ensure he was comfortable. Sun Bin looked at Zhong Liqiu, who was busy caring for him, feeling both grateful and guilty. One day, when Zhong Liqiu was not around, Sun Bin decided to try standing on his own. Unfortunately, his legs would not cooperate, and he fell to the ground. Zhong Liqiu, upon returning, scolded Sun Bin gently, and after that she never left him, staying by his side day and night. Under Zhong Liqiu's meticulous care, Sun Bin's legs slowly began to heal. Pang Huan, upon hearing this, was very pleased and asked Zhong Liqiu to bring some books to Sun Bin to help him pass the time. The books Pang Huan sent contained records of his military campaigns across Wei. Sun Bin, after reading the books, was deeply moved and said,
Pang Huan truly is a great man.
Zhong Liqiu, seeing Sun Bin's joy, smiled and said,
Sir, General Pang said these books will not only help you pass the time, but also aid you in applying the art of war. If you gain more experience in battle, you will become invincible.
Sun Bin, moved, replied,
Pang Huan is truly a great man. Ghost Valley Master misjudged him.
He asked Zhong Liqiu to quickly invite Pang Huan, saying he had something important to discuss with him. Pang Huan arrived at Sun Bin's residence and sat next to him, asking what Sun Bin wanted to speak about. Sun Bin, taking Pang Huan's hand, said,
Brother, I am sorry for what I've done to you.
Pang Huan was stunned.
Brother Sun, why do you say that? Did I do something wrong?
Sun Bin shook his head.
No, I'll be honest with you. I never intended to pass on the art of war to anyone, including you.
Pang Huan, pretending to be magnanimous, said,
I know, Brother Sun. You've told me before that this was Ghost Valley Master's intention, and I had no hope of learning the art of war.
I've changed my mind now.
Sun Bin said seriously.
I'm prepared to pass the art of war on to you, my dear brother.
Pang Juan shook his head repeatedly.
No, no, you are going against Master's wishes. Heaven will punish you.
Heaven will not punish me, because the art of war does not belong to me, nor to Ghost Valley Master. As soldiers, we have no reason to keep the art of war for ourselves. We have a responsibility to pass this rare military text down through the generations.
Pang Juan agreed that Sun Bin's reasoning made sense, but still hesitated.
Ghost Valley Master is a wise and skilled diviner. You cannot hide anything from him. Once he knows, he will surely blame you. I have always placed loyalty above all else. If giving up the art of war causes you distress, I would rather regret it for the rest of my life. Brother Sun, please listen to me and follow Master's instructions.
Sun Bin, deeply moved by Pang Juan's words, asked,
Brother, tell me, isn't a great strategist supposed to be able to use the art of war well?
Certainly not.
Then in today's world, is there any strategist better than you and me?
I haven't heard of one.
Sun Bin, touching his leg, said,
I've asked the doctor who treated my legs, and he told me that even if I can walk, I can never ride in a chariot or fight in battle.
Pang Juan quickly responded,
If that doctor is not skilled enough, I will find you another.
Sun Bin interrupted him, waving his hand.
That doctor said there is no one better than him. I asked Zhong Likyu to consult others, and they all said the same thing.
Don't believe them. They are not telling the truth.
Tell me honestly, is the doctor who treated my legs the best in the world?
Pang Juan answered firmly.
No.
Sun Bin asked again.
Then would you dare swear to heaven?
Pang Juan remained silent for a moment, then said,
All right, I swear. He truly is the best doctor, and I hired him with a large sum of money.
Sun Bin said sadly to Pang Juan,
Since I can no longer fight in battle, what use is the art of war without legs?
Tears welled up in his eyes, but he fought to hold them back as he struggled.
Therefore, I must pass the art of war on to you, my dear brother. Only someone as capable as you can truly preserve the legacy of the art of war.
Sun Bin held Pang Juan's hand emotionally.
Brother, if I tell Ghost Valley Master this, what reason could he have to stop me from passing on the art of war to you?
Upon hearing this, Pang Juan felt secretly pleased. The art of war, which he had longed for, was now within his reach. He suppressed his excitement, wiped away his tears, and stood up to kneel before Sun Bin.
Brother Sun, I will never let you down. I will make sure the art of war shakes the world.
With that, Pang Juan bowed deeply before Sun Bin. This is the 10th strategy in the 36 strategies. Smiling with a hidden dagger, appearing friendly on the surface while concealing deadly intentions. In his pursuit of the art of war, Pang Juan smiled with a hidden dagger, betraying Sun Bin. To find out how Sun Bin escapes this danger, stay tuned for the next chapter. Feigning madness without becoming insane.
You've been watching The Art of War and the 36 Stratagems. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. Your support through subscription helps the channel thrive and continue to grow. Thank you for your support. Finally, we've created a song, The Wisdom of Sun Wu. Please enjoy.
Born in silence, under skies so wide, youthful steps with the earth as guide. Eyes of fire, dreams take flight. Through shadowed paths he claims the night. Scrolls of thought in hands so keen, wisdom forged in the battles unseen. Lessons carved in the heart of flame, his path to glory etched in name. Rising high, the winds will sing of victories born where shadows cling. Steel and mind, a fusion rare, the timeless call. in a warrior bold. Metal rings, the echo of fight, balanced by truth, the guiding light. Drums of war, yet hearts stay still. A master's mind bends the will. Through ages long, his voice resounds, a legacy in wisdom found. Rising high, the winds will sing of victories born where shadows cling. Steel and mind, a fusion rare, the timeless call, his wisdom's flare.